Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we've got two fantastic new releases from the Corgi Model Club. The first one is the much anticipated James Bond Aston Martin DB5 Corgi 261, and we've also got the 4.2 litre Jaguar E Type, the 2+2. So two fantastic models for us to have a look at in detail today. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's take a look. Okay then, so this has been a long time coming. Ever since it was announced, I thought, wow, I cannot believe they've actually got one of the James Bond cars. But I suppose we really shouldn't be surprised because a lot of them have been re-released over the years in various forms, especially the Aston Martin. But that sort of box art, it's almost iconic, isn't it? From the Bond film, James Bond film Goldfinger. How amazingly cool. And this was in production for absolute years. I remember having one even as a kid in the 70s. It was still in production. James Bond driving, secret operating features, retractable machine guns, opening roof and ejector seat, rear bullet screen, telescope, overriders and secret instructions. Well, let's get into this one. I think we'll go in this end. Yeah, because it's already partly open. Packed with action. Well, they're darn right. Oh, this is just going to be a delight. You can tell it's upside down. Let's get it up the right way. Join the Model Club. Obviously, we've got the certificate there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Oh, this is the stuff, isn't it? Let's sort of take it off the stand a moment. We'll have a look at this this packaging. So I really love these when they have the backdrop. A lot of the 60s ones were like this, weren't they? And really makes them a bit easier to display. I notice, even though this is literally the first time I've set eyes on it, there seems to be like a little bit of wear just around the holes there. Maybe that was a little bit of wear in manufacture. Now, the instructions always used to be in another little flap underneath here, which is part of the base. Now, this might be tricky. I get the old screwdriver again. I don't really want to keep this as mint as possible, but at the same time, I do want to have a look. So let's see if I can slide my screwdriver in. It's going to play up a little bit, unfortunately, but you know, I am here to review these, so. There we are, that should be enough now. Delicately does it. There we are. Right, now this should have the old instruction booklet in. It was quite tightly packed. Oh, there's the man. There we are, blimey. So I'll keep that to one side for a moment. So there's Bond's co-rider there. Ah, so he's a spare. That's actually a spare guy because there's one already in the car. That's interesting. Just looking at the car, I see there's a bit of wear on the roof there. That's a shame, isn't it? It's not quite mint. Let's get these instructions out. Here we are. So we've got peel label off the backing and stick on lapel or shirt. Okay. That was for the secret agents back in the 60s. This is a reproduction of the original instruction sheet there. There we are. I think any youngster in the 60s had this car, didn't it? It sold 1 million, if not more. It was just a huge seller. It's not particularly rare today. You can still pick these up online fairly easily, in all honesty. So I'm going to leave that like that, and I'll put the man in separately. I'll slip that back in as well. So let us hope, because this is a real flagship release for the Corgi Model Club, let us hope that this is the start of things to come, and that we'll get some more licensed cars, you know, TV tie-in ones like the Batmobile, for example. That would be fantastic. Obviously there's more Bond to come. I would hope to see the Toyota. That would be really good, wouldn't it? From You Only Live Twice. That would be a nice one for them to do. Maybe In the Diamonds Are Forever, the moon buggy. That was quite cool, wasn't it? There, so that all fits back in there very, very nicely. And the car itself is designed to fit on top. So let's have a look at the car then. So as I spotted straight away, there's some wear on the top there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pick it up on the video there, but that is a little disappointing. You can see the gold has been rubbed. That is a little disappointing, that. Let's now how do we get the top up here? There we are. It doesn't seem to be. It's not flicking up. I don't know, but I may have a faulty one. Oh, there we are. That was a bit better. That was it. Oh, there we are. I was going to think I might have had a faulty one with a slightly faulty mechanism, but that's okay. That's working okay. It's just a little bit stiff. I suppose it's brand new. And there was the bullet on the back, wasn't it? The screen. So that goes up with the rear exhaust like that. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, this was the classic car, the car that sold 1 million, you could say, for Corgi. Got the guns there at the front. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice bit of kit, isn't it? It is a great, great car. I think it's a bit of a shame that my one's got that wear on the top, but it's not the end of the world. And I can't help but feel, yeah, my mechanism is a little bit rusty, but when I get to display this in the cabinet, I'm going to sort of display it like that, with the guy about to be fired out. I think that will look very, very nice like that. I mean, that really is something, isn't it? It must have been a tricky one to pull together, and I do believe they've had a couple of stabs at this. This may even be the second version of it, but yeah, very, very nice indeed. So let's have a little look at what it says on the certificate here. So we got the Corgi 261. So it says, arguably the most famous Corgi toy ever produced. This feature-packed model was rush-released in 1965, just in time for the festive season. In just 7 weeks, Corgi sold 750,000 of this marvellous model, causing toy shop stocks to run out by Christmas Day. Despite this huge number, it went on to sell just under 4 million. Wow. Fully working mint condition examples in their original boxes are both rare and valuable today. As to why it was painted gold, unlike Bond's silver DB5 in the movies, that was because Corgi executives were inspired by the theme of the previous year's Bond movie, Goldfinger, after worrying that a silver finish might look too much like bare metal. Well, could be. I mean, they did a silver one later on, didn't they? But yeah, there we are. I mean, gold for Goldfinger. I suppose it does sort of fit, doesn't it? And it is truly a real highlight in the range, isn't it? That is really something that. Wow, that's going to be a real standout when I put this next to the other ones in the collection. But that's not to take anything away from the other one we've got to look at today, which is the Jaguar E Type. Amazingly, which is now when this one first turned up, my heart sank a little bit because I thought, oh no, it's in window packaging. I'm not going to be able to get it out. But thankfully, it looks as if it sort of folds out. So we'll have a good look at the packaging first. So Corgi 335 luxury specifications include an opening bonnet, boot and 2 doors, tip-up seats, sliding rear seat, plated exhaust, superb engine detail. Okay. Now this is obviously a little bit later, wasn't it, for the like the windowed examples. And this is the what was on the back. The versatile, exciting Jaguar 4.2 litre E-Type 2+2 is a grand touring car for 4 people with standards of performance, braking and handling previously associated with only the finest of 2-seater models. The 6-cylinder 4,235cc engine develops 265 brake horsepower, 5,400 revolutions per minute, and a maximum speed is 141 miles per hour. It will reach 120 in just over 30 seconds. Choice of automatic or manual transmissions. So it goes into some of the specs about it there. Right, now, this is a bit unusual because look, it slides out from underneath here like that, which is pretty cool. It looks like we've got a backdrop of sorts here somehow. How does that slide out like that? Aha. So you do, sadly, to get this car out. Oh no, look at that. You can get it that way. I was going to say, thank goodness. There we are. There we are. Phew. So I'm not sure if that's just what's this for here? Oh, that's just like a little insert really to show the engine lifts up, the bonnet rather, the doors are opening, the seats go back, and the back opens up as well. So we'll have a look at that. Now the model itself has got this little wrap of plastic around it, I guess to keep it all in place. So we'll slide that off. Oh, I think we're going to have to undo it sort of midway through here, and it's taped down. Okay, so dig this tape off. There we are. So pop that to one side. Then we got the mold there, which we'll have another look at in a sec. So this is, yeah, there's nothing in there, but it's just like a little stand to display this one on, like so. I think it's going to be like that. I think it just looks fantastic in the box, but we're going to take it out anyway and have a good look at it. So this was an absolutely iconic car, wasn't it? It was as simple as that. It just epitomizes the 1960s. So there we are, there's the engine detail. And we know the doors open here. And the seats would go, yeah, the seats lean forward and back. Very, very nice. The red is such a gorgeous colour, isn't it, as well? That's lovely. And then I think the back opens up as well, doesn't it? Let's have a little go here. Now on the thing, I think it sort of said it opened left to right, didn't it? Is it going to be that way? This one's playing a little bit hard to get. I'm always, with a brand new toy like this, I don't want to sort of wreck it or break anything. So I don't think I'm going to open it, but I'm sure that does open. It just, the mechanism is a little bit tight on my model, and I just don't want to, I want to keep it minced, so I'm not going to force it to open, but I believe the back opens to one side. The exhaust system there on the bottom. It's a good weight, this one. It's a bit like the Aston Martin. It's got, there's a lot of metal in there. There's a lot for your money, shall we say? And I think display-wise, you know, they've done a good job having it on the stand there. It's not like the 60s one, but this was a little bit later, wasn't it, with the window boxes? So this would have been tail end 60s, early 70s, I guess. Fantastic. Well, let's have a look at the certificate here. So here we are. 4.2 litre Jaguar E Type. 2+2 Corgi 335. So, launched into the Corgi Toys range in 1968, This iconic Jaguar sports car was produced in 2 colour options, red or metallic blue. Well, I'm glad they chose the red one because I think that's a really great colour. Both versions came with an opening bonnet, complete with a wonderfully detailed 4.2 litre engine and doors that opened to reveal miniature tilting seats. The details didn't end there, as Corgi bestowed the model with tiny bonnet-mounted mirrors. Yeah, we got those. A separately moulded exhaust and beautifully modelled spoked wheels. Yes, the wheels are very, very nice, a bit like the Bond ones again. The only controversial feature was the model's clear plastic bubble packaging, which was difficult to open. As a result, very few original packs of this classic Corgi exist in undamaged condition today. How interesting. Yeah, because I guess to get this one out, to use it, you had to basically break the original packaging. So it's made it scarce today. It's like an original sort of carded action figure, I suppose. But there we go. I like the way the Corgi Club have got around that by enveloping it in that sort of clever folding packaging. So I'm going to put it back in that, and then we'll take a final look at these two. So there they both are. I mean, what a couple of absolute beauties this time round. I mean, really, really superb. Now, I didn't start this collection when the Corgi Model Club first started releasing models, but I have slowly been catching up. So I'm not that far behind with my releases now, so I've almost caught up to date. So what I like to do now is I'll just put up on the screen the list of all the models so far and all the ones that have been actually announced, so you can see what's been released and what's actually on the horizon. And I, for one, will definitely be continuing my subscription because these are fantastic. And don't forget, they've got a very lively and active Facebook group, which you can just go to, and they've got all the information on the new releases there. So there we go, 2 fantastic models, and I've really enjoyed looking through those today. If you've enjoyed it, do please hit that thumbs up. Do please hit the subscribe button if you've not already for regular coverage of the Corgi Model Club and my expanding vintage Matchbox collection. And I shall look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.